Okay, hey guys, this time I got a little application. This one is Angular 7, Firestore, and Firebase with the FireStorage. Okay, so yeah, let me show you the database, how we are currently, what we have in the database. You can see that it's empty. So let me show you how it works. I forgot to add the function. Let me say first post that shows you the progress, but I will add that later since I will just record this and I will add the changes, okay, during this week because I have work to do. So wait for that. So let's continue with this. So this is the content for the post number 1. Okay, so we can choose a file. Okay, let's choose a file. I got downloads. I got 3 files here. Let's first add this one. Let's just I forgot to add the cursor. Well, submit. And okay, you can see that we are managing the file is being processed. You will be redirected soon, but I forgot to add, as I said, the progress bar. Okay, so I will show you how to, but not, yeah, I will give you a hint of how to do it, sorry, but I will not do it this time. I will add it later and I will show you how I implemented that with the code, because as I said, I have work to do. I work as a freelancer, so I have work to do, and I just wanted to record something. So yeah, in this case, I'm not going to redirect to the post, or you can handle that pretty easily. So I just added a little animation with this, and you can also delete. So let's take a look at the things in Firebase. Okay, you can see we have this. This is the content for the post number 1. Okay, this is the reference of the file because I need this. You will see why I need this, and I got the title. Okay, that is the first post. You will see this cover that is https firestorage.google.apis.com and this long string. So let me go to storage so you can see what I have. Okay, if I click here, I have the file. Okay, so yeah, let's actually see the code. So okay, you should already know how to add your data into, your data, I'm fucking stupid. How to add a Firestore to Angular, since I have other videos that explain that, but let's start showing you my package.json. Where it is? Okay, I got Firebase, and what the hell is that thing? Angular Fire. Okay, you need these two, Firebase and Angular Fire, in order to use Firebase functionality. Okay, so let's close this, and let's close this because I was changing some stylings. Let's close this, and let's actually go into the service. Okay, this is a service. Let me do something first. So this one is Let me see if I have it. As always, I didn't prepare anything. I'm just doing this as I go, so mistakes can be made or will be made. Okay, I didn't find anything, so I will add the link later. So what I was doing, okay. So this is the service that is going to inject, okay, the functionality. I don't have any other service, okay. That is going to inject the file, or I mean the Firebase storage and Firestore functionality into our component. So I'm just calling Angular Firestore. So let's go to, so you can see it, because I don't want to miss anything. Okay. We imported Angular Fire module from Angular Fire and Angular Firestore from Angular Fire Firestore. Okay. And we imported Angular Firestore, Fire Storage module and storage bucket. Okay, this is the way we need. Okay, here we need to implement our bucket, so I will show you that. So we can add files into FireStorage. Okay, so we have Angular module, Angular Fire module. Okay, in case you don't know, and Firestore module. Okay, so this is the fire storage, I think is the name, no? Yeah, fire storage and bucket. Okay, so here I got the service. It's not right now needed to import the service here as a provider, since Angular should be able now to get the service. But in case you have a problem, import your service and use the service inside the providers. That was the old way of doing it. So right now you shouldn't need to do this. You should only be you should only need to import this one on your component, and that should work. So yeah, you need to add into your imports the modules you are using, okay, and as a providers also, so you can use this as a example. Okay, I'm using my Angular Firestore module inside the imports, and I'm setting my Angular Firestore inside the providers with my service. Okay, and here we need to provide the name of the bucket we want to use. Okay, so if I go back here and I go to, well, you can see the name, GS FireStorage, okay, and all that crap. So you can see that it's the same A8260, okay, A8260 appspot.com, and okay, you can see that it's the same. So you need to use this object, okay, to add this object into your providers and call this property provide, okay, and pass the storage object and use, okay, because this is the container you're going to use, the bucket you're going to use. So use value, okay, the value to inject, and we add our bucket. So that's it for the implementation inside Angular, inside your ng module. Okay, so let's close this and let's actually go back to here. So here I'm importing a Firestore. and FireStorage. Okay, so of course you need your instances from Firestore, FireStorage, and the router in case you want to redirect. So, okay, this is the deal. First one, you should already know what this one is doing. So this one is returning the snapshots, or you can also return the value changes. But in case you need the ID of the documents, you need to return a snapshot, to call a snapshot changes for the collections. So remember that we are adding actually data to our collection. Our collection is called posts. Okay, so we are adding that document. Okay, so this one is returning the posts, so we can show them here. This one is deleting the post, so don't get too much into this because I will show you, I will explain what it's doing, but I'm going to do it in the flow. The app is working. Oh, I got this thing here. So yeah, I was checking this one because I needed some, and let me delete the post so I can show you the. Okay, so in case you need a guide, come here into Angular Fire 2 blob master docs storage md. Okay, inside this GitHub, so you will find Angular FireStorage and how to use and implement your storage. Okay, so in case you don't understand kind of what this thing is doing, okay, I will explain it, but here you can have a guide for it. So let me close this, let me go back. What this thing is. So first of all, what our application is doing. Remember, I tried to explain the workflow. So we're going to focus first on the first thing, that is how we are sending this. Okay, you already know how we are sending the title and the content, so let's take a look at how we are sending the file. Okay, so what we need is to go into the add posts. Oh, I'm also using a LoadChildren. Okay, so we'll explain that a little later. That is lazy loading the components or the chunks. Oh, this one is okay. So right now I'm importing a service. I know I haven't explained anything or nothing new from the service, but let's bear with me. Okay, so we can start from the top and go to the bottom of the application. So we need form group, form control, and validators. In this case, I'm using the defaults. I'm creating a post form. Let me show you. So on the submit, I got this post form that is being created here. Okay, you need a reference for the form group with title, content, and cover as the fields. Wait, this thing is, if I, okay, I need to double click to, and you can see this is the form. So I'm using this form group. I'm passing the name of the form group I have created here with the required inputs. Okay, so you can see I have the form control name for the title and the content and the cover. That the cover is the file. Okay, so When we submit the form, we are passing the values of these three inputs, okay? And in case the form is not valid, we are not letting the user to, let's say, the title and the content. The form is still not valid, so we need to add the file, okay? And we can click. We can click, of course, but it will do nothing. So in case I add a file, let's say diva, okay, and I delete this, the form is not valid, okay? So I can click. So I want to show you how we are managing the file. You can manage multiple files, of course, but in this case, I'm just managing the file in one file. But I will show you how to manage. I will give you a hint, of course, how to manage various files. So when we click this, okay, I think I don't have anything open. Nope. Okay, I will add a console there. We are using this handle input with the event. So let's go back to add posts. Okay. So this handle input is this that is getting the target and the files property. So let's say console.log this.image and set it into this image property inside our component. So let's come back here and okay, we get this file list with the index and the name of the file, the size and the type, in case you want to do something with that. Okay, so that's how we are getting the image. Inside this files property of the target, since it's an input file type. So let's go back here. So let's say this. I want to set in the image, or better set getting the image or files. Okay. So I mean, when we submit the form, we create. I mean, we call this add post with the post form value. Okay, with the values of the form. And this is the form that is being called. Okay, submit the add post. The add post is getting this data, that is the form data. Let's save that. That is the form data that we are passing here, the values of the form group, and we're calling this Firestore service, that is our service. Remember to have your instance, and create post. Create post is receiving this object, okay, because this one is an object, and we need to pass, or in this case, I pass the image file, okay, as a second argument. You will see why. So my function is getting the data, the title, content, and cover, and is also getting this property that is the files, okay, inside the input. So let's close this. Let's go to file service, and the function we're calling is create post. So this is the one. So create post is accepting an object, okay, of type from data, and a file that is an array of, in this case, any object. Okay. So this constant image is the first file inside this. Okay. So let's say console.log. Let's say if we can get this file. So this one should be the same. Well, let's say that. Let's go back and let's delete this one. Okay, you can see we have this post deleted, image deleted. So let's say new post and first post. This is the first post. Let's see if we are getting that. Okay, we're getting this file list also, and if you remember, I shouldn't have. Okay, I don't have anything here. Okay, I'm not consoling this because remember that this is when I console that, we were getting this file list object. So in this case, this file list object is the one that is being returned here. Okay, this file. So let me comment that. So you saw we have an index. Okay, in case you have multiple files, you will need to loop through your files. Okay, to add a for loop of whatever you want, a map or something like that. So you will need to get loop through the files array, okay, of objects, and after that you will follow with this functionality. Okay, in case of multiple images. Okay, so I'm creating this file path that is getting the current date, okay, plus the name of the file. As I said, in case you had multiple files, you could add here an index and rename your multiple files, okay, using this date and the current name of the file. Okay, let me console this back. No, not this one. Let me console this one so you can actually see this stacked image. So instead of doing that, I just need to set one image here. Okay, so open. So remember that this name, okay, is what we are accessing here. No, not here, sorry. Let me close this one. What we are accessing here. The file of index 0, that is the first file. Okay, you can see the index 0 here. And inside that index, give me the name of the file. Okay, that's this. So in case you have multiple files, you will need to add the multiple, I can't remember the property for the form. And so you can choose multiple files and to loop inside that this file that is an array, okay, pass an index and create your name and all that. Okay, so we need to get the reference in this case for the file path inside our storage. So let me go back to this, or in case I don't want to mess with this, in case I'm explaining something wrong, because I don't want you to get the wrong idea. So that's why I show you the, what I'm following. So let's storage bucket. Well, I don't see it here. I don't see an explanation, but I'm not using blobs. I'm using files. Okay, let me continue with this. So where were we? we need the reference for this file name that we are getting. Okay, so we store this as the file reference. Okay, note that we're using the storage property, and we get this ref functionality or property, of course, to pass this. It doesn't say what. Okay, to pass this file path, that is this one. Okay, so here we need to create this task. Okay, this constant task in order to upload this file path. Okay, and the image. Okay, this is the name of the file, and this is the actual file. As you can see, this one is the image. Okay, that is the first file, and after this we need to use this task that snapshot changes and to pipe it. Okay, so we can use this finalize function. We're passing nothing, we're just waiting for the upload to be done. We're consoling this is being file is being processed. You will be redirected soon. In this case, you can also let me show you the task. The loading false. Where was that? Okay, the percentage. This upload percentage percent changes. If I will download this. So I'm assuming, oh, because this one is being done inside the, okay. Okay, I will show you that later. I think I know how to implement that. It should be pretty straightforward. So, let me recap a little bit. So we get the file, the first file inside our array, our file list array. We create a name for it, okay, using the name of the file and the date. And we use that reference in order to create this, to upload it, okay, using this reference and the file. Okay, so while it's being uploaded, we need to pipe it in order to use this finalize. Okay, and in this case we're consoling this, and we're getting the reference after it, after the file is done. So this is kind of, let me add another one so you can see the functionality here in the console. So this is the second post. This is, well, it shouldn't be like this, right? It should be second post only. Second post. This is the content, or this is the second post. Upload file, submit. This one is coming from the service. No, it's coming from the outpost. Oh yeah. You see, let me give it a little more space to that. You will see that after we getting this file is being processed, you will be redirected soon. After maybe less than 1 second, we get redirected into this our main page, okay? Because we're calling finalize. After this, or I mean, we're waiting for the file to be managed, and after the file is up, okay, we can download it using this file reference. That is this one, the file path, the file name we created. Get download URL, that is now a function, and we need to subscribe to that. Okay, we subscribe, we expect to get this URL, or we pass this URL since that's the name a meaningful name. And this download URL that I got here is an observable. Okay, remember to add your observables, and of course your finalize for that. Okay, it's an observable that is of type string. Let me see, where the hell was I? Okay, so we passed this one. Okay, we passed the URL we got from the get download URL. And after this, okay, so this is where we are actually adding the post. Okay, so we are waiting for the image to be processed by FireStorage. You can see we have the other one. Okay, we are waiting for the image to be processed, because in case there's a problem with the image, we don't want to have the image here and to be unable to get or to write this document. Okay, so this cover would be empty in case the image fails. Okay, using a different approach. So inside this get download URL that we know the file is up, okay, we create the document using the post data that we are passing here. That, remember, that is the data from our form. We're getting post data title and post data content. So this cover, although I'm passing the cover here, okay, you can see that. Let me go back. That's the whole object, but I got a reason to pass that. Nope, it's not this one. Okay, I'm passing this cover, although I'm not using it. I'm just passing this, or it's my lazy way of avoiding the user to post this form without a file. There are other ways to do it, of course, but as I said, that's my lazy way of just avoiding the user to be able to upload just the title and the content without a file. So let's close this one, and okay, we create the object, and this cover is this download URL. That is what we are getting here. Okay, also you could just get the URL and pass it here, but I'm just getting this download URL, and since I have that there, let's use it. You should be able to get this URL and place it here. And the reference that you can see, that this file reference is just the name of the file we just created. Okay, 1549. Okay, 1549, and well, of course, just to start with that, let's say the last two numbers. Well, underscore s. Well, oh, because it has 3HSH, 3HT6. Okay, 3HT6. Okay, so you can see this is the name we are getting here. This is the actual name of the file. This is the name we gave to the file here. Okay. So after we have the object, we just use this Firestore collection and we add, okay, a new post. Let me get something, because at FireStorage data, let's say this. So I should get, okay, How can I freaking... Okay. Because I received a comment yesterday that he was absolutely right, but I want to, since I'm using this one here, in case you know, there are some doubts, but my freaking Chrome is in Spanish. I don't know how to change it to English. But there are two ways of setting this, of adding, okay, into Firestore. So I try to translate this. So when you use set to create a document, you need to specify the ID for the document you're going to create. Okay, for example, this one is for web. Okay, DB collection, the collection name, and the document. The ID of the document, note that this one is a custom ID, and set, that is the data. Okay, in this case, data is the object you're going to pass into the collection. So because he stated, and he's absolutely correct, that instead of using well, that I shouldn't be, or there's no need, I think that that is what he wanted to say, there's no need to set the ID, because you can see, but sometimes the ID is not meaningful for the document, and it's more convenient to let Cloud Firestore to generate the ID, okay, for you. And to do it, just call the add function. So in this case, this DB collection city.add, okay, and it's passing the object, and you know that we are not passing any custom any document ID. Okay, so this is the way you will need to use, or you would use most of the times. But in case you have this, I don't know, to call it some name, to pass maybe the name of the person, or you know, as they say here, the new city, or the city, or something like that, so you can access that document. Okay, so let me show you. This ID is going to be the one that is different. Okay, so this would be I don't know, New York, or San Francisco, or Georgia, or something like that, you know, if you are from United States, or maybe, I don't know, Morelia, Michoacan, Coahuila, I don't know, in case you are from Mexico. So this would be the custom ID, okay, using this, and you will need to use set in order to create it, to create a new document with that custom ID. Okay, so this one, just to recap, this one would be New York, San Francisco, I don't know, Morelia, I don't know, Cancun, you know. So in case you say, okay, I don't need to get, I don't need to add the document ID, because I don't care what ID is adding, because in this case I don't care, because I'm fetching all the posts, okay, and I really don't care to have any meaningful ID. So that's the difference, okay, because I could use set, I could use this, okay, let me say this, that, let me Firestore that collection, okay, the name of the collection is post that document, okay, to pass the ID, custom ID, okay, and that to say set, because that's the way to do it, and this will get, or this will receive the new post. Okay, so that's how you could okay, so to be more specific, as I was saying, I know this is out of the, but of course it's Firestore, so we could use file path. Okay, this file path, remember that is the name of this. So each time I create a post, it will get the name of the file path and it will set that. Okay, I'm not going to do it, but I just going to console that in case you want to do it like that. But in this case, we're using add post and we use then and catch. So when that post is created, okay, of course you should also, let me try this, say console.log post.id. So you will say why you are using this. In case you don't know, okay, let's refresh this just to be sure. This one supposed to be a video of maybe 30 minutes, but okay, I'm not going to I will try to explain all the doubts you have. Okay, so as I said, this doubt or this comment reached me yesterday, so I wanted to clarify, since this one was going to be you know, I wasn't going to record this specific application. Okay, I had sockets and something with React and cloud functions that I wanted to show, but since this one seemed to fit more with that doubt or with that comment, I decided to show you. Okay, so yeah, what was I going to do? Oh, okay, we need to create a new file. So this is the third post. I also try to take you know, the time to explain and all that. This is the third post. We choose a file. Okay, you will see that this file is bigger than these two, so it will take a little while. That's why you will need to add the task. What's the name? Okay, let's wait so I can tell you more. Let's wait. You might think, okay, it's not working. Okay, it's working. Believe me. But since the file is too big, okay, you can see it takes a little bit, and we get this kind of octopus. Well, this octopus. So, nope. Okay, the third post. And okay, this one. You can see the file size. Okay, how can I delete this? Okay, is 166 megabytes. Okay, so that's why it took maybe, I don't know, 5 seconds to upload. So in that case, but okay, I got this. You will need to add these percentage changes, so you can add an spinner or something to show the user that, you know, something is happening. So yeah, I just wanted to clarify this. In order you want or you need to pass a specific document ID. But yeah, thanks for the comment. You know who you are, and thanks for the comment. And I appreciate those comments, because this is, my channel is, you know, for that. If you have a doubt or something, or you feel something should be different, because I will make mistakes, of course. I'm just a human being and I will make mistakes, so you can point that, I don't mind. Okay, but in case I had or in case I want to clarify something, I will do it so you can clear your doubts about it. So I appreciate those comments, and thanks again. You know who you are for the comment, and I appreciate that. So let's keep what okay, oops. So by now you should already get how this thing is working. Okay, we also need to subscribe to that to pass this function. Okay, oh, of course. There's something that I haven't explained. Okay, that is after the files are uploaded. Okay, let's say I want to delete this one. I click delete. Okay, and the image was deleted and the post was deleted. So you can see we have 3 here. Let's refresh that. Let's wait. Okay, we only have 2 files now, Hermione and Diva. Okay, let's go to the database, and we only have 2 documents. Okay, so what the hell is going on? After we have the file uploaded, we need to add this delete function to be able to delete the post and the image, because there's a little catch. Once you delete the post, okay, here if you delete the post, you are not going to delete the image. Okay, you actually need to come here and delete the image in a way that will show you, or you can just, you know, if you have the time, go back here, check that which images or which posts have been deleted, which images are not being used, and delete those by hand if you have the time. But I assume you will not have the time, so because I love this kind of tutorials where they show you, oh, you can upload files. Oh yeah, I can upload files, of course I know that, to storage, but after I delete this, you don't show me how to delete this. So that's where this video is, you know, that's why I made this this app or this little application to fulfill that. So we're calling this delete post. This delete post is being called, of course, on our component. Sorry, inside main. Okay. So when we click this span, we call this delete post, that is getting the post ID. Okay, that's why I told you that when we are fetching the posts, I'm using snapshot changes because value changes doesn't give me the ID. Okay, I'm using that, and I'm passing the post ID. So let me actually, this one is being done, of course, here. So let's say after we got this console.log this.post, I'm saving them into this post array. Okay, and you can see that we are getting this. Let's actually do this. Okay, so we get this data and we get the ID. This is the ID that we are passing. Okay, SB, SBW6, SBW6. You can see that it's the same. So we are passing that ID to a rendered post. Okay, I'm using the background image to be the data cover. That's why I was able to add this little background size effect. Boom, boom, boom. So that's it. I'm passing the post ID and I'm passing the post data file ref. What is that? Okay, let me show you here. That is the name of the file. Okay, as I show you, 3ht6_s 3ht6_s. This is the file. This is the name of the file inside our storage. Okay, and we need that name inside our document. Why? Because we need to reference this name to be able to delete this file. So let's actually see how that thing is working. Okay. So delete post is passing the ID and the image, okay, the image reference, and we're calling this FireStorage. Firestore service that delete post with the ID and the image. Let's close this, let's close this, and let's close this. And let's go back to our service. And I know I got something else to explain, that is the LoadChildren. I will show you that. So in case you don't know, but okay. So this video is going to be like almost 1 hour, but I guess it's better that, I don't know, 12 minutes video that just, do everything fast-paced without explaining anything. So I try to keep my videos at least 30 minutes. In case I need more time, I just allocate more time, and I do it that way. So delete post is getting the document ID and the image reference, okay, inside our collection or document, I mean. So we get the reference to the image. We use this storage ref, okay, and we access the child image. So this storage, that reference is the reference of the bucket. Okay, so I'm using this storage reference as the name of this storage, this one reference. Okay, the reference of this storage, this thing. Okay, that's why I'm using that name. So from that storage, we need the child. And what is the child? The child is this image. That, remember that this image is getting the file reference. Okay, we need this reference. This is what we are passing. So we need we're going to delete this child inside our bucket. Okay, so we pass this delete. We can use then. I'm consoling image deleted. In case there's an error, we are consoling that error. And after that, I just need to delete the collection since I know the image is not there anymore. Okay, so I just use the document ID that I'm getting here, and I'm deleting. Okay, and I'm consoling post deleted or the error. So that's all. Oh, no. Okay, let me close this one. So let me go to your routes. I'm so freaking blind. Where are my routes? So I'm using LoadChildren. Okay, LoadChildren is going to lazy load that component. It's going to just load that chunk. Okay, so this is how to do it. You install your routing, and you create a module, okay, that is going to import routes and router module from Angular router. You're going to import that component that is this one, okay, not where the file is, and you're going to pass, you're going to say path is going to be empty. Okay, so for the component, we're going to pass the component. We import the router module for child and these routes that are these ones, and we export the router module that is here. Okay, the name of the class is the name you want to add it. So I added main routing module, and inside this main module I need common module because I need to pass the forms and things like that. So I'm using this main routing module. Okay, that is this one here. Okay, main routing module inside this main module.ts, and I'm importing also the component. So I can import the common module. That the common module, in case you don't know, is ng4, ngif, all that functionality. Okay, so you need to import this one if you want to use, for example, in this component, if you want to use ngif, ng4, and all that basic functionality, okay, from Angular. And we're passing a main routing module that is the actual routing, okay, and just like that. And inside our routing, okay, I'm importing routes and router module from Angular router. I'm building these routes, and I'm passing the path and the LoadChildren. That the LoadChildren is going to come from this specific one, main, because we already have the routes implemented here in the routing module. Okay, and we need to pass that module. So inside main module, call the main module, that the main module is this one, and this one is referencing the main routing module, that the main routing module is the actual route. Okay, so that should load the chunk or this component in case you haven't used LoadChildren, and you just export your routes like that you are used to. So okay, note that we're using this hash and the name of the module. Okay, let me show you with a different module. Add post module that is doing the same. Of course, you will need to import another whatever you have inside your main engine module. You will need to import that same functionality, okay, inside your. Note that here I'm not in, okay, and no, I'm not importing the common. Okay, I'm not importing the common module as I'm doing here. It's not this one, it's this one, the common module. Okay, so yeah, it's a little like, well, you should actually get this one, but because it's being lazy loaded, you will need to implement again the reactive forms module so you can import it inside your component. So that one, okay, this one is not coming from the top component, that is our app module ts, okay, because you can see that I have this one here. It's coming from this, and it's not coming from this one. It's coming from this reactive forms module. Okay, this one is coming from this one. So yeah, I think that's it. It's almost, yeah, 59 minutes. Yeah. So where is, that's how you will load files and use them and actually delete them. Okay, boom, deleted and deleted. Okay, it's only diva here. So yeah, that's the way to do it. And in case you have any doubt, let me know in the comments. Share your thoughts, and yeah, I think that's it. You can add further functionality into this. You can follow my repos and my other videos. So yeah, okay, that's it. So see you on the next one.